Swissgrid is the owner of the Swiss transmission grid. Costs are incurred so that Swissgrid can fulfill its legal mandate. Swissgrid charges various tariffs to cover these costs. The structure of the tariffs is prescribed by the Electricity Supply Act and the Electricity Supply Ordinance. The tariffs for grid usage cover the costs of Swissgrid's core business, the operation, maintenance, and renewal of the transmission system. The tariff for general ancillary services largely covers the costs of the control reserves. Swissgrid uses control reserves to ensure a balance between production and consumption and a system frequency of 50 Hz. Swissgrid procures these reserves on control power markets from ancillary service providers such as power plants. These reserve the power and are remunerated for this by Swissgrid. A tariff for individual ancillary services covers the costs of active power loss. Active power loss occurs during the transport and transformation of electricity. Swissgrid procures electrical energy in order to compensate active power losses on the power market. An additional tariff for individual ancillary services covers the costs of reactive energy. Reactive energy is necessary to ensure an optimal voltage in the grid. Since 2024, a new component has been included into the electricity price, the power reserve. With the power reserve, the federal government can ensure that Switzerland's security of supply is guaranteed in winter. This includes the hydropower reserve and the construction and operation of reserve power plants. The cost of these measures will be billed via Swissgrid. A further tariff in the form of a surcharge for solidarized costs via the transmission system will be introduced in 2026. Costs not caused by Swissgrid will be offset against this surcharge. The tariff will be made up of two parts. Part 1. Costs for grid enhancements. According to the Electricity Supply Act, costs for grid enhancements in the low-voltage power grid and costs for the necessary reinforcements of connection lines must also be collected by Swissgrid from 2025. The second part of the tariff consists of the temporary state aid for the steel and aluminium industry decided on by the Swiss Parliament. The industry will not have to pay any grid usage costs for 4 years. The costs will be borne jointly by all electricity consumers and will be shown separately on electricity bills from 2026. Swissgrid is obliged to publish the tariffs for the following year by the end of March. Swissgrid therefore calculates these on the basis of forecasts, for example of price trends on the international power markets,